Good morning. I hope everybody's doing great. Todd will be joining us hopefully in just a few minutes when I send him the link. Ha ha ha. Thank goodness it's Thursday. There. That should take care of that. And let's see who's in the comments. Good morning, Jabez. How are you this morning? No, I was watching some videos last night, Jabez, and just made me think about some things. Good morning, Anissa. Sorry, I've been just really busy this morning. I'm eating my breakfast of cherry champions. So, good morning, Chastity. Todd's pissed off because I forgot to send the link, I bet. Anyway, good morning, Vintage. Good morning, everybody. Uh, I'm okay. I'm doing okay this morning. I've just been busy this morning, getting some stuff together for the vacation next week, and just trying to get a bunch of stuff done. Here he is.
Huh?
Sorry, Todd.
About what?
I forgot to send him the link again.
Oh,
Yeah.
hi.
Yeah. Anyway, so as I said, I've been running really behind this morning. I've been really busy, and I'm just getting around to eating the breakfast of champions.
Why don't you just call it what it is, Tom?
What's that? Yeah.
You're not very organized.
I am. Well, I've been getting a lot of stuff done. That is the breakfast of champions is grits with bacon bits in it and pepper. No butter, no cheese. That's it. He sounds like he's got a cold. Anissa, what the hell, girl? Y'all getting a blizzard up there?
Do, do.
It's anyway.
Bum, 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 bum.
My on my thumbnail, I had what? Where are you selling or something like that. Um, I was watching.
I'm
It
in
just
Central Texas.
yeah.
That's where I'm selling.
Well, I'm talking about platforms.
I
Anyway,
figured.
I was doing a bunch of stuff last night. I was sorting through some boxes, and you know how you. Well, I was what had it on the TV, and it constantly just goes to the next video that it thinks you might want to watch. Anyway, I was watching a video by Locker Nuts. Anybody who ever watched them? They're out in Cali. They buy storage lockers. Anyway,
Once
they
in a
bought.
while.
Good morning, Hank. Hope you're doing good. Uh, they bought a locker that was like 10 by 30 that had nothing but vintage train stuff in it. And I did actually learn a little bit out of that video. The fact that pretty much what American train sets are, like the Ho scale, are pretty much toys. But there's several lines. I think it's Merkel. Um, it's going, Hank. It's going. Uh, they're like real expensive, really detailed, handmade. Uh, Especially the actual steam engine that run. It's a one scale, which is the biggest. Anyway, in the process of this series of videos, because I've watched like four of them and they still haven't got through that thing. They had some people that had own a train store come in and was looking through the stuff, and they were talking about all this different type of train equipment that they have, and that some. I mean, like they had like 7 pieces of train on a table, and that was like $6,000. But the guy that from the train store said he was talking about you don't want to sell this on eBay. You don't want to sell this on eBay. You don't want to sell this on eBay. You want to sell it on, and I can't remember what the name of it is. But he said there's several several sites that deals just with train stuff. And he said you're going to get a lot better buyer than what you normally would. Through eBay. And people that's looking for this high end stuff usually go to these train sites. That was one thing. The other thing was it's some teenager selling tennis shoes, and he buys storage lockers too. And he was like doing the teenage antsy thing when he was digging through them, and it's like it's fake, and he's throwing shoes and all that kind of crap. And I don't remember what his name was. Anyway, he was talking about a site called Poizon, Poizon, and they do authentication, and it's a sell site and all that kind of stuff too. So I'd never heard of that one. And as far as the train sets go, I don't really buy that many train sets. If you're into that kind of stuff, you ought to go look at their channel and hear what these guys are talking about the train sets. And maybe you walk away from train sets because you're thinking, oh God, another train. And it might be something high end. If it sounds German, or Italian, or French, the name of the company, it's probably a high end one. Just that you know that.
Oh no, there's Fleischmann and there's several other that are
Well,
just.
Fleshman sounds German.
Well, it is German, but that
Okay.
doesn't mean it's high end. It's just a normal kind
Toy.
of a hobby. Well, they're better than toy, but not high end like what Locker Nuts got.
Right. Have
And
you seen that? Have
he
you
did
seen
that
that
like
video?
2 years ago. They had that locker.
Okay. Well, that's the first time I've ever heard of them.
Yeah, they're pretty good folks.
Anyway.
They do a lot of online, a lot of live selling,
Right.
but I've never been able to buy anything from them because they're a big channel and they just have so many people show up that are just willing to pay too much for their stuff.
Right. So I was thinking about it. Is there other outlets besides eBay and first? Well, of course, there's Poshmark and Amazon and those kind of Walmart.
Yeah, there's a ton of
But
places.
do y'all sell on any specialty websites like this train websites or Poison? Has anybody ever sold anything on Poison or had any authentication done? Uh,
I sell
They Ponzi.
I sell on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
I'm going to take some gun parts to my local auction for them to sell because can't sell it on eBay. It can be attached to a assault rifle, assault shotgun, like this JTS shotgun magazine. I got 5 of these, and I don't think, since I go to the auction anyway, that it's going to be worth opening up an account with Gunbroker,
Right.
because I think I do have an account with Gunbroker, but I've never bought or sold anything on there. I just joined in case.
Mm-hmm. Do you have to send it in to them, and then they ship it, or do you ship it directly on Gunbroker?
I think you'd ship directly, but of course they get their cut, and I don't know how much that is. I didn't research it good enough, but buying a lot of military surplus type stuff, I get stuff that can't be sold overseas, and I get stuff that can't be sold on eBay and such.
Right.
So I'm thinking just put those magazines in the local auction. But there's a ton of places to sell. What's that? There's Poshmark, there's Etsy, there's Mercari, there's
Well, I'm talking about more like where you're getting down into like a specialty type thing, like the train websites and uh, the gun websites and that type of thing.
let's see. I have sold on a Facebook group before. Not Facebook Marketplace. It's a. Let me see if I can bring up a link here. Da, da, da. Take me a second to. Fine China Crystal and Silver is the name of the Facebook group. I'll put a link in the side chat. And people go on there to buy sometimes. Depending on what you have, it probably needs to be really good stuff. But I've sold some crystal goblets on there and such.
Right.
Um, I mean, I see people selling a full set of china on there.
Is it people that's wanting to like for themselves? You know, to have their for their
Yeah,
own
you
use.
sell to the other members, and there's
Right.
20 in this group. There's 24,000 members.
Wow.
So somebody's, and then people make comments like, "Oh, that's beautiful," or "Oh,
Fugly.
that's no, that's not what that is. That's this." So they're a
Right.
pretty good place to identify something if you don't know what it is.
Um.
But you put something on there, and people will just in your comments say, "How much would you like for that? And would you ship to Georgia or whatever?" And sure. And there's all kind of Facebook groups like that, I would imagine.
I used to be a member of an Anne Rice Facebook group. Anne Rice wrote the Vampire Chronicles, which is Interview with Vampire, Vampire Lestat, that kind of stuff. And because I was wanting a first edition of Interview with Vampire, and Just so you know, that book runs for about $5,000, a first edition. Anyway, it got so peppered up with other BS that I unsubscribed. And I was talking. I became sort of acquaintances with a person in the group, and they're like, there's other moderators of some of these Facebook groups that just do not give you that do not put up with this crap. It's about a certain thing, and you just have to stick with it. Anyway, like I said, I fell down a rabbit hole last night watching these things, and I was just wondering, is there other?
Sorry.
That's all right. Specialty groups that you know that people have sold through. Um, Let me back up here. Let me welcome some people this morning. I hadn't done that. Javis was starting right off. What's on your mind, Tom? That type of thing. So I had to get right to it. Good morning, Javis. Good morning, Junk Trader. And this, y'all getting a bunch of snow up there? I hear the girls are not at school. Vintage Memories. Good morning. Dang, Javis is awful talkative this morning. Chastity, good morning. Yours was eggs and spinach with turkey sausage and slice of toast. That sounds good too. Even the turkey sausage. Uh, Hank, I'm always glad to see you in here when you have time to stop by. I hope you're doing well. Your family's doing well, and I'm sorry about your puppy. Uh, Lag. It would not be a day without a dose of lag. So you can do T-shirts. I'll let you have it. You can do T-shirts, and we'll you put them up on one of the groups, and then I'll promote it for you inside here. Uh, like I said, Craig, it's good to see you this morning. Hope you're doing well down there in Alabama. Might be going to where is it? They get the cruise ships run out of Alabama. Roberta looked at one last night. She said, "Hey, this looks interesting." Besides, it would be free. Uh, Anybody else? Ping, girl, how are you? Hope you're doing great in the Sin City. And that's everybody.
But yeah, to answer your question, there's tons of places to sell things. But as John Flippin' Ain't Easy says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Because every site is going to take time and effort and I don't.
Right.
I spend all the time I want reselling just on eBay. I don't. If I added another site that I sell, it's going to take some time.
I'm not talking
So
about. I'm
would
not
I
talking.
take the time away from eBay, or would I just increase the amount of time I take reselling? So there's that to factor in.
I'm. I'm not talking about everything. Like somebody was mentioned, they tried prairie grit. Excuse me, prairie dirt, and it never did anything for them. And I know there's a lot of people that list on Poshmark, or they co-list on Poshmark and all these Bonanza and all of those. I'm talking about something like that steam locomotive they were talking about. If that was 2 years old, they were saying it was worth like $3,000.
Yeah, they sold most of that already.
Um, if you had something come through that like that, would you look? Would you just throw it out on eBay? Because according to what they were saying, there was a lot of stuff that was not had not been ever had not been sold on eBay. or it had not been sold recent enough that eBay was picking it up when you do history on it. Would you look at other sites to, like in this case, the trains?
Yeah, they actually took a bunch of their trains to a model train convention and set up a booth in there. Have you seen that video they did?
No, I haven't seen it. I just started watching them last night, and I'm about 4 hours into them right now.
Yeah, they got tons of videos out. But yeah, they actually took a bunch of those trains to a train convention and sold some,
Right,
but I don't think they sold a fourth of what they took.
right. Good morning, Texas.
Of course, it doesn't take
Good
a
morning,
whole lot
America.
of sales at $1,000 a piece to make your money for going to the effort to go to a train show.
Right.
But like you
Would
say, it just depends on what you have. If it's worth it, then do it. If it's not worth it,
I mean, because most of the stuff people, if you watch the video where they've got the guys that's they have a train store. They really were flipping out over something, being cool because I'm sure they wanted to buy it, but about stuff like one scale track and things like that. So, like I said, I was just curious. Do you have places that you sell to? I mean, you sell through specialty sites like this, the train channel or the site, and I don't even know what it's called, so you'd have to Google it. Because nobody's selling anything on eBay right now, so
they're not.
I'm being sarcastic, Todd.
Oh,
I know you are. I know Bridget is. I know Lag is. Um,
yeah,
and
I've already sold more in 2024 than I did all of 2023 and on eBay. And 2023 was my best year ever. So,
the Education of Lag, that sounds like a porn movie. Uh, anyway, and then, well, first of all, the boy selling, and he's probably in his 20s. He looked like he was about 17 though, when he was talking about shoes, and and then he mentioned poison. And I had to go out and look at it and about the authentication because that seems to be a big thing. Is people saying, "Oh, that's not a Louis Vuitton purse. That's a knockoff." And then you have to deal with it, and you may or may not get the same purse back that you sent out. Has anybody sold anything on poison? And like I said, it's Poizon.
never heard of it until now. And I watched that video. I suppose I just glossed it over and forgot about it.
Because they have a lot of like Coach and Louis Vuitton for $2,900, and I know, and this has got a closet full of Louis Vuitton. I posted the link, by the way, up there before. If anybody wants to come in with us, feel free to do so. Because I think, I would assume that if you have something that's really special, you're not right, dude.
Uh,
You are not right. Uh, so anyway, that's that. I was just curious. I'm an inquiring mind. Please, honey, I am really not into it this morning.
You can always, I don't know. I just never wanted to divide my time out,
Well,
basically.
like I said, I'm not talking about like co-listing everything. I was just talking about something that's really special, and because at one time I had this brass round. It was a round brass platter, and it was hammered. You know what I'm talking about? So it
Hmm.
had dimples all through it, and I posted it on a website. Oh, I posted it on eBay, and this guy came in. He says, even though it's it was stamped by it, the maker mark on it, and all that kind of stuff. This guy came on and he said, messaged me. He said that's not real. I said, well, it's got the mark on the back of it and everything, and he's like, it's not real. He said, uh, and then he gave me a link, and I don't. That was like 2 computers ago, and I don't know what happened to it. Where you could go and look at you could look at their product, and which I had looked at a couple of sites, and I never could find it. So I wasn't sure whether it was I didn't know whether it was really fake or not, and so I took it down and gave it to a lady.
Yeah, if you had bought 10 Bitcoins when it was $20, you're a millionaire now. It's
If I had
crazy.
bought if I'd have bought Facebook Food Lion when they went public, which was like 5 cents a share, I'd be rich as Bill Gates right now.
Yeah, there's always things you shoulda, woulda, coulda done. So,
And if we got any young, hey Jennifer, good morning,
yeah,
American Honey.
you sold at a good time, James. Jeez.
Food Lion is a grocery store chain, a supermarket chain in the southeast.
I mean, the lid's off on Bitcoin now, and there's no telling how high it could go now. It broke over 100 grand. That's like a psychological barrier. Just crazy.
Thank you, Lag, for mentioning Bitcoin, which I'm all about Bitcoin. But I have a question for you. Where do you store your Bitcoin? Do you keep it? Is it like on a file in your computer, or is it in a daggone wallet somewhere? So if you have a computer and it goes bad, and
Oh,
you've got all your Bitcoin dealings on it, if somebody takes that hard drive, can they retrieve your Bitcoin information? Oh, you have food lines in Delaware now. Cool. Good for.
you pay I pay a place called Coinbase.
Okay, that's what he just mentioned.
Uh, and I don't think they charge you anything to hold your Bitcoin, but when you make a transaction, they have a little fee.
Right.
So,
So you can you can store it on your own, like a flash drive, like James W. says.
I think so.
But when you do that, does it take it? I mean, does it eliminate it from whatever wallet or Coinbase you've got it stashed away on? And I'm not trying to sound stupid because I am stupid about this because I don't know anything about. They charge you to cash out. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you just got it stored on a hard drive where you would go to sell it.
Right.
You might still have to go through a broker.
Because there was a guy that had bought a storage unit and it was full of old PCs. They had hard drives in them. Well, I don't say old. They were a couple of years old. Uh,
Yeah, that's the thing, Lag. I trust Coinbase more than I do my flash drive.
exactly.
Flash drive could get accidentally thrown in the trash or mixed up with eBay inventory, or I don't trust myself to hold Bitcoin here, and I don't have any. I got maybe $50 in Coinbase.
So, like I said, he was talking about he was gonna go through all of them because he was gonna pull all the hard drives and read through them. Good morning,
Good
Jake.
morning, Jake. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning?
Oh, pretty good.
You holding on to your Bitcoin?
Jake, can you turn your volume down just a little bit? We're getting bad.
You got a bad feedback.
How about now?
How about now? Nope, still.
I might have to go get my earbuds.
Are you good?
Well,
no, you're not. And I had a question for you. A real estate question.
Okay.
When you were doing the hotel conversion, did y'all have to run new drain lines for the kitchen area?
A little bit. It depends. So we were able to tap into existing lines pretty quickly.
Right. So they were big enough to handle the possible use of the kitchen.
Yes.
Well, that's good. Thank you.
Basically, we were able to feed it almost directly into just below the shower drain.
Okay. I'm assuming they're like real close together.
Mm-hmm.
Like the bathroom tier and little kitchenettes here.
Yep. Okay. Behind two walls, basically, or a second wall.
Thank you, Jay. Everybody says I'm always an angel. You're the first time you've said I'm an evil villain. So what's up with you, Jake?
Getting ready to go do some showings.
That's right. You got a bunch of vacancies.
What is it?
You got a bunch of vacancies?
I have 3 vacancies. Not. It's more than normal, but yes, it's not too bad.
You get snow where you're at?
We had a dusting of snow 2 days ago. It's gone. If our dirt or ground stays frozen 3 days in a row, that's a long time. I think we did have 2 days that the ground was frozen solid enough that you could, drive a heavy truck over the normal dirt. But.
And this has got like 6 feet of snow.
Now she's up in like New York, right?
PA.
Okay.
Well, Bitcoin went over 103.
I thought it went over 104.
Did it?
Yeah, I think it went over 104. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I have $55 in Bitcoin.
$55.
Hey. I wonder how many zeros before you get to how much I have. You're still echoing real bad.
Yeah. For you Bitcoiners, do you think this BRICS deal with they're having their own coin and all that kind of mess is going to affect y'all's business? I mean, y'all's monies? Or do you think that's entirely something different? Did that make any sense at all?
I don't
Is
think
that any
they've
better?
got enough. Yep. I don't
Okay.
think they're
For some reason, the
powerful enough.
default echo cancellation was not turned on for some reason by default.
Okay.
I don't think BRICS are going to be able to do that anytime soon. They're just not rich enough. They're not powerful enough. Yeah, I don't see it happening probably in my lifetime.
Everybody in the organization is poor, and I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying that's the way it is.
No, and it represents billions of people,
Yeah.
but there's just not enough power and money backing it for them to be able to pull that off. They're just
I'm
I
not
mean
Rick
it's
Flag.
it's something to watch, but I think
Right.
it's been blown out of I mean, we've been hearing about it for what, 3, 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that we have enough power to overthrow their government if they do so?
No, they. I don't think they have enough money to. I mean, they're all got
No, I'm
one foot in the
saying
grave.
we have enough power to overthrow
Oh,
their government if they choose to leave us.
Are you talking military or financially?
Well, we know that the U.S. has subverted a lot of either elections or even unelected powers that be in other countries because we didn't like their policy. So
right.
that's what I'm suggesting is that no, by whatever means necessary to remove the heads of state.
Like, were China to make their own currency with the BRICS nations, America has all the power to just say, okay, we're not going to buy anything from you anymore.
Yeah.
That's,
I kind of disagree with that though because we don't have the power to just instantly stop buying things from China. I mean,
I know,
sounds great.
but
Excuse me.
you could pick out certain areas of business we
Okay,
do with
you
them.
could hit it hard enough. Yeah.
Like, we don't need to buy toys from China.
Do you know what percentage of our over-the-counter drugs come from China?
Quite a
Like that.
lot. Most, probably.
I think it's
Well,
80%.
most more from India than China, but yeah, it's like at
And
ninety
maybe it's
percent. It's
80% comes from foreign. Okay, yeah,
yeah,
20%. Yeah, natural production.
because that really gripes my gears right there. I
Yeah,
can't believe that all of our OTC stuff, literally just about all of our OTC comes from across.
right. When they
And
could just make it in an automated factory here.
yeah, go on YouTube and watch them how they do the machines. They put the raw product in this end,
Yep.
and the packaged stuff comes out at this end.
Right. It's literally one of the most automated processes in the world that there is, practically.
But you remember about a year ago when Saudi, uh, they did a contract with the U.S. to recognize the dollar as the oil,
Yeah.
what all oil will be traded in. It will be the U.S. dollar,
Mm-hmm.
and that treaty expired, but they still sell their oil for dollars.
And the
So
reason is
it
protection.
really didn't change anything just
Right.
because it went obsolete.
Right. The reason is protection, just like the treaty established that it was protection, U.S. protection of their territories.
Right.
And if they
So,
want to keep it, then they pretty much have to keep, even if the treaty expires, they have to.
and even if we didn't protect them, I bet they would still take dollars for their oil.
Good morning, Mike.
At least for now, yeah.
Well, I got hooked into this TV show. I think it's on Paramount Plus, and you get that if you have like, are you drinking corn liquor? Oh, that's
No,
what
that's honey
honey.
from my honeybees.
Oh, cool. And it's about, if you don't know, it's Landman. It's about the oil industry in Texas,
Shots.
and it's really good. I mean, I found it really interesting. So uh, there's this girl who is an attorney from Los Angeles there, and the guy takes her out to where all the windmills are at. Because she's on that get rid of the oil production stuff because it's polluting the earth. And he said, see that windmill that's generating a little bit of electricity? He said, if I was to magically be able to pull all the oil products out of there, the petroleum products out of it, he said, it would collapse to the ground and be a pile of nothing. He said, although the blades on it has petroleum products. There's a lot of parts inside of the generator that's got petroleum products. And he said the biggest thing is it's got petroleum based grease to lube the damn thing.
Yep.
So what my point is there is so much stuff that it has petroleum based products in it. And I'm sure Nissa can tell me about 100 things that I eat that's got petroleum based products in it.
Have you ever looked to see how big one of the concrete anchor is that goes into the ground to hold one of those things?
I was thinking it was like 50 feet in the ground or something of that sort.
I was thinking it was more than that, but yeah, definitely it's huge. It's thousands of cubic yards of concrete.
Yeah. And, he was talking about, all of this stuff is moved out there by petroleum based, fueled vehicles.
Sorry, I should have said hundreds, not thousands. But
Yes, I saw that. You were just, you just brighten up my day when you send me stuff like that, Anissa. But you know what? I'm 67 years old. I start to say 76 years old. 67 years old. I'm trying to be cautious of what I eat, but the good stuff I'm going to keep on eating. I've had a good life. I've seen a lot of things and done a lot of things.
Have you seen those windmill graveyard pictures?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, speaking of graveyards for trash, I'm trying to remember. Was it Korea that has the tire graveyards?
I don't know.
It's one of those countries over there has literal in the desert, literally miles and miles and miles of piles of tires that have been sent there from countries around the world. Well, guess what? It's almost a gold mine now because now we can reprocess rubber
Right.
tires. And so they're starting to do that.
Kuwait has the largest tire graveyard in the world.
Who?
Kuwait.
Okay. I couldn't remember. It was over there somewhere, but I've seen pictures. You can actually see it from satellite view.
there's probably some of mine over there.
Yeah. It's it's scary how much stuff is made out of the country, and most of it we don't need, but we still buy, and a lot of it that we do need, like OTC medicines, and it's made across this. You like a nice tire graveyard lag? Yeah, there's a subdivision down in South Carolina that their roads are the base on the road is ground up tires.
Mike.
Yeah, that's just it. You can Jabesh, you're right. Because people down here, you clear off a bunch of land because you're going to be able to put pasture or a subdivision or something on it. They'll throw some tires in there to help keep it hot, keep the pile of trees hot, so they'll keep on burning. But they burn and they burn and they burn. They never quit burning.
Do y'all ever
Yes.
go on Google Maps to and look up an address to where you send a package and see what kind of facility it is?
I do it all the time.
Do you?
Yep. Well, it
Man,
depends on what I'm shipping. If I'm shipping a really expensive item, I do. I look it up all the time. Like where ship a lot of those expensive mugs, $100 mugs or more. Yeah, I
yeah,
want to know who's. I want to know why they're buying a $100 mug.
yeah, and it kind of surprises you sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at one a couple of weeks ago, and it was a business in New York City, and it looked kind of sketchy.
No, yeah.
Like,
Or if I send willows to a foreign country, I always look.
Can you send willows to a foreign country?
Yeah,
why not?
That whole
they are
plant.
craft items
Oh,
because there's just wooden dowels is what I describe them as.
right,
They're just wooden dowels because they have no leaves, no roots, and no dirt.
right.
They can legally be called dowels,
So
and
if they
they have no bark. That's the other description because it has skin instead of bark for
right,
its outer layer.
so if they decide to stick it into a glass of water and root it, that's on them. That has nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do with me.
Yeah, yeah, I have no
So,
doubt that Flag has Google Earthed my house to see my pool.
No doubt.
that's his office lag.
It's full of leaves now. This autumn and winter has dumped a lot of leaves in my pool. Amish invasive species.
You know, people down in South Carolina, when they start having septic tank problems, they'll go get them a willow tree, and they'll plant them at the end of their septic tank drain lines to help absorb the water. And those daggum things will go from a 6-inch sapling to a damn 4 foot long tall tree in a year.
I've grown the willow cuttings that I sell.
Yeah.
I've taken a 12-inch stick and it was 18 foot long at the end of the year.
Cool.
You know, that's like bamboo. Bamboo.
Bamboo once it's established will do that, but it
Yeah,
won't do it the first 2-3 years.
it's so evasive too. You have to stay on top of that all the time
Yep.
because you can make cloth out of bamboo. You can make
Mm-hmm.
everything out of bamboo.
Yep.
It grows back quick, and you once you plant it, you don't have to deal with it for 10 years except for cutting it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so evasive, it will spread all over the place.
There's an easy way to control it though, and that's all you have to do is put a sheet of metal 24 inches underground, and it won't go anywhere.
Yeah, I went to a bamboo farm because we were thinking about doing a bamboo farm. There's some over near Jabus, over in the Spartanburg, Greenville, Asheville area.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy had us a big farm over there, and he has a ditch witch. And I said a ditch with a D and a witch, not a bitch witch. Anyway, uh, and he went when he starts a new area, he goes around and he decides how big he wants it to be, and he goes around and he ditches out a channel,
Yep.
puts his metal in it, and then
Yep.
pushes it back.
Yep.
Those guys, there's like 3 or 4 different growers over there today. I went over there. They will tell you everything. They don't.
Well, there's two different kinds of bamboo. There's running bamboo, and then there's
Right.
clumping bamboo. The
Right.
clumping doesn't really take over. It just grows a lot in the same clump.
And then there's the big tree bamboo that gets to be about 6 inches in diameter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but they will tell you everything. And I said, "You guys are really open with your information." He said, "It's like anything else. This is a lot of work."
Yep.
And and it's a lot of downtime because you have to wait. Like for the tree bamboos, you have to wait years before you can harvest them.
Yep.
So he said you got to think about the logistics of you need to plant a couple acres, and then next year you need to plant a couple more acres,
Hmm.
so you have staggered growth. Yeah, it is, Jabus. But like I said, they do so much with it. They shred it uh, and make the particle board stuff like that because it's cheap to grow.
Right. It's simple, easy to grow once you have the right infrastructure.
Uh,
There are no evil Baptists.
I will come over and do a laying of the hands, Jabus. You start talking about evil Baptists. No, he goes today. He goes today. I guess. Are they having shopping today, Todd?
I think, yeah, probably.
Um, American Honey bamboo fabric is some of the softest.
Yeah, we've had some of those sheets before.
Yeah, if you want to eat it.
I heard that bamboo is actually grass. It's the largest grass species.
Bamboo, Mike. There's a lot of money in bamboo shoots too. So, Todrick, are you going to go see the girls today, or do you have enough stuff?
Oh, I do have enough stuff. Man, I've been listening. I got,
Well, I got to run, folks.
All right. Thanks for
uh,
stopping in.
Yep. I'll see you.
bye,
Alrighty.
Jaker.
Bye.
Bye. He's a good boy.
So I've gotten, I wish I was as smart as he is.
You know.
Anyway, that last auction buy, I got a lot of lighting stuff.
Uh huh.
Like this is a recessed lighting kit. Problem with it is everything is gone. These are
Neon.
oh,
LED.
they're not LED. So
It must be neon.
these are
Not neon.
um I don't know, they got a GU10 bulb, and that is I don't think it's halogen. What's the incandescent?
Right.
And it's gone. The incandescent's gone the way of the dinosaur. No, they're not recalled. They just I think these were shelf pulled by Home Depot because they don't sell anything that's not LED anymore. So these gonna be long tail sale. So a bunch of the stuff that I got is just I don't know. It's still good, brand new stuff, but incandescent is illegal to sell in 46 states. It's all over eBay. Right, Mike?
He doesn't wear aqua velva. He wears high karate.
Trucker Noir. Trucker Noir.
Yeah. Get it right.
And
Get your français right.
British Sterling and English Leather. Brute.
Brute. I was talking to Bridget. I asked her if she's got enough stuff because she said auctions are starting to slow down up there and that kind of stuff. I said, "Do you have enough stuff to get you through the winter?" And she says, "I might have to go south for a couple of months." Because they were on vacation in Florida. They went yard sales and stuff like that. They came back with a carload of stuff, and she's got a Nissan Rogue, I think. Yeah, Rogue, and she had it full. Anyway, they were listing stuff while they were on vacation and had stuff selling. So they even had more stuff to list when they get home. But anyway, she said that she hopes they have enough to keep them going during the winter.
Well, Ping, I listed these yesterday, and I don't have California banned from buying them. I bet anybody in California could buy this off of eBay from me.
Maybe it's because it's not being sold physically in California.
I don't know, but I'm like 95% sure that if somebody in California bought those from me, then secondary market is fine. Yeah, they don't make them anymore, so if somebody wants one,
Secondary market is fine. Yeah.
I got 10 of those like that.
Are you? So you're still going? Are you still going through your pallets? Hey, Gwen.
Hey, Gwen. Tom said, "Hey, Gwen." Hey, Tom.
I heard her. Uh,
So
anyway,
yeah.
is the back of the truck empty?
Oh, hell no. I still got 2 gaylords of stuff back there.
Bridget's a little concerned about making it through the winter, and Todd's got enough to get him through the winter, next summer, into the fall.
You know, if I didn't buy anything else, I've got enough stuff to yeah, you're right. I've got enough stuff to last for months. Listing.
But then, soon as you, okay, I'm not going to buy anything else until the next summer when the yard sales start happening again. Soon as you did that, you would get into a listing dig, and then start worrying about having to go out and find some stuff. Which it's not like it is in Pennsylvania and New York, where they got 6 feet of damn snow on the ground.
Cha-ching!
There you go, Anissa.
I sold a Spydale watch band for $8. Yay! I'm getting reach.
It's a death pile. I'm glad they abuse you as much as they do me, Todd.
Yeah, they've seen my videos of when I'm showing all the crap that's under my carport.
Have you ever thought about walling it in, making it into a garage, a garage?
No, that would cost money. There ain't no way in the hell I'm doing that.
If Todd was to build a barn dominium for his business, and they were going to live in the apartment above it, that apartment would probably have to be, based on how much stuff he's got, that apartment would probably have to be about 8,000 square feet, because he'd have to have at least 20,000 square feet of storage business thing.
Now, if I was going to do anything to expand, I would just rent a storage unit. Problem with storage units here, the climate controlled ones are high dollar.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't gonna do that. And the regular ones, stuff just gets too hot in our summer times.
Right.
So if it's not made out of steel or glass or something, it's just gonna
Melt.
Yeah, it's gonna go bad. So I don't want to do that. 13 bucks. Okay, I'll accept your offer. I'm about to get another cha-ching. How about that?
then that storage unit would fill up.
Yeah, I have enough stuff now to completely fill like a 10 by 15, I'm sure.
But like all the stuff that you got in the Gaylords, you're going to be throwing a lot, some of it away on
Oh,
home selling.
absolutely. A bunch of it's going to be not worth listing.
You'll take it to a, and that's like not in the case of locker nuts, but for most people, I mean, in the case that I was talking about, but in most cases, you get a storage unit, half of it's going to the dump.
Then I could keep buying if I got a storage unit.
Yeah, he might be divorced. I was talking to a, I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was talking about people talking about they're running out of space, and because you just keep buying and listing and buying and listing. Not you in general, Todd. He said, well, they need to live somewhere, go somewhere where they can have mobile homes. He says you can just start parking them side by side and connecting them together. He said you'd have 100,000 square foot in no time off of off of
There,
1980 14 by 80s.
there you go, John. Hey, I'll rent a storage unit and forget I've got it, and it'll go delinquent. Yeah. But, so many people and reselling say, oh, we don't have good sourcing here. It's just hard for me to find stuff to sell. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I can buy and buy and buy and buy. I mean,
It's
you just are people just looking for specific stuff to sell, or are they just I still can't believe people go to thrift stores to buy. I mean, it's just a complete waste of time for me. I get so much stuff at auctions and everywhere else. I'm like, God, I don't get why anybody would even go in a thrift store. Their prices are high and uh
I have a question.
there it is. Second sale during the show. Bam.
Yeah,
Sold
James, you're very correct on that.
sold a
Buying
pair of
is the easy
Skechers.
part. Todd's going to forget and buy his own storage unit at auction. Okay, not that, but have you ever bought something and you looked at it on eBay and all the sites and whatnot, and it's not selling for anything, and then say a year later, you see the same thing being sold for some really good money because it's kind of a hot item at the time. Anybody ever done that?
Yeah.
At the time, you made a good decision just because of space and logistics, but crap happens. What was it, Todd? If you remember.
I bought some of those Monopoly for Millennials games.
Oh, that's right.
They're still sitting over there in the corner.
Are they still listed?
Yeah. Haven't sold them one. Those things are just like toothbrush holders now.
Well, maybe one of these days you'll have some grandchildren, and when they become teenagers, you can give them one. Vintage Monopoly game.
Yeah,
I have
them
never
all
looked at
to-
one of those things. Is it that's so much different?
What?
The Monopoly for millennials.
No, it was just an interesting game when it first came out. Beard got in on the ground floor of it and killed.
Well, that was because it was a short production too. I mean, I've never looked at the board on it one to see if
I haven't either, to tell you the truth. They're all just sitting over there on a shelf, gathering dust. How long's it been since Beard's video of that?
it's
Three
been, yeah.
3 years? Yeah, I should probably just take and donate them and use the space for something else. They don't take up a whole lot of room. And they stack real nice, so they're not bothering me over there.
Has it been 2018 when those were out? It says
I don't know.
2018 Monopoly for Millennials replacement game board only.
I guess.
They want $9.95 for it, Todd.
Maybe I should part mine out.
I was looking to see. I wanted to see what kind of stuff was on the board, like a thrift shop. The train stations are bike shares. Live, work, life. Go to jail.
God, has it been that long? 5 years? Sheesh.
Wow.
I lose track of time. I'm so old. It's all starting
Farmers
to run
market.
together. I've been reselling a long time now, like now, pushing 9 years. I'm like,
Karaoke club. Okay. Well, that's that. Like I said, I didn't know what was on them. So anyhow, buying is the easy part. Got like in my 2 units side by side, very convenient. Cool. Was there a lot of good stuff in it, John?
and I got some bids in Sunday's auction, so
The one that is it Texas that bids against you?
Ron,
Ron, yeah.
I don't know if we directly bid against each other or not. He told me his bidder number so I could see who's bidding, but I never look at the bids to see.
Well, let's see. Who was it said if you're willing to sell $10 items? Lag, of course, that's lag. Todd, if you're willing to sell $10 items, then you will always find stuff. No need to hoard. But what kind of profit margin are you thinking talking about off of those $10 items? Lag. If you're a high schooler.
But it's like the electric plug. I'm selling them for $9.99 plus free shipping,
Hey, Beard.
and you get two of them.
Uh,
But it's three listings of different amounts, and I've already made $400 or $500 off of those, and I haven't even sold a third of them yet.
oh. Sorry, John. I missed that part. They were empty. Okay.
So how do I not buy that? I don't know. I mean, I had like 24 cases of 100. That's a lot of electric plugs.
See, and if you have, let's just say you have
And I got those
100
electric
items.
plugs at the same exact auction that I got the toothbrush holders. But the toothbrush holders only cost $11. I have my $11 lesson.
Lag, that's going to be that's going to be the next big bid Bitcoin style currency, cryptocurrency. Toothbrush holders. But seriously, let's say off of a $10 item, you're making $6 off of it, $5.50. If you're a teenager who can get by on, no sleep or lag, who apparently gets by with no sleep. Excuse me. They can make some pretty good money. I mean, to a person that needs some money, needs to pay the bills, make sure the rent's paid. And I know I dwell on that a lot, but they need to feed the children. $10 items, cheap. $10 items that was cheap for them to purchase is you know is helping keep. That's a good profit because it's helping keep the lights on and the house over your head and whatnot. I think the people that have money have the luxury to wait for the big items. That's my opinion. People like Todd and John and Lag and Texas Bandit and
Yeah.
Jabus, Junk Trader.
And part of the buying is the fear of missing out, you know? You always think in the back of your mind, what if I'd bought Bitcoin when it was $20 a coin? You know? What if I didn't buy the toothbrush holders? I might miss out on something good. I didn't, but
I've told this story before. A buddy of mine, his grandfather was from Alabama, was a big farmer down there near the coast. Actually, they had property in Alabama and in Florida. And when Burger King first started doing franchises, they were given one. And hey, okay, I forgot about you, Felix. I didn't even see you in here. Welcome. They were literally given one for nearly nothing. Because he's thinking, well, farming is going to get to where it's all big corporations or greenhouses, and he was just creating another income stream. He had nothing in these things. He ended up with like 40 stores, which they sold off to a big company, and which, lucky enough, since Burger King's not doing too hot these days, was a good time to get out. But he said, he got into it. What if he had to pass it up? They made millions of dollars off of that thing. What if he had passed it up? So that's a big biggie after, over, buying something to sell on retail, but, or Bitcoin, that type of thing. But there's always going to be, what if? What if I had married the girl for money instead of marrying my wife for her beauty and her sweetness? There's always what if. Especially when you get to be as old as Todd. Which, Todd, your birthday's what, next week?
I don't know. Whatever the 14th is.
That's next week.
Okay.
That's a lot of time to have regrets and whatnots. No, I was not. My family was not, or the Hux family was not in the United States during slavery. We have nothing to do with it. We were poor dirt farmers. And I say that like I was here when we came across, but no, I was not. Absolutely. So.
Lag.
Yeah. Oh, lag. You just seem to be your persona that you have on the show or when on any of our shows seems like, yeah, he's probably got a pretty bracelet around his ankle that flashes. And if he gets within 25 feet of his house, it starts making noises.
Yeah, the CIA probably has one of those electric buried cables like a dog. dog collar that shocks him when he goes out.
Or it might be his mother, you know.
Yeah, it could be.
But anyway. All right, it's 10:14. I got to get out of here. I got 100 things to get done today.
Yep.
Um, yeah. All the rest of the seniors, guess what, Bearded Picker? You get the discount now. So you know what that makes you?
Thank you.
That makes you a senior, a seasoned citizen. Anyway, I got to get out of here. Uh, thank y'all for coming in and listening to my nonsense today. I was just having a morning, which I always have an inquiring mind. But anyhow, thanks for coming in, everybody. I truly appreciate it. Todd will be having a show tomorrow. And if anybody wants to try this, I'm going to be out next Thursday. So you could do a show for me on Thursday if you wanted to. Lag, it's time to come out the closet, son. Or the basement, I guess I should say.
Oh, are you cruising next week?
I leave Wednesday to go to Charleston.
We're tired of you.
Good. Lag streams on OnlyFans. I'm going to tell you what. If I was a pretty boy and I was young and I like to flirt, I might give that a damn go. Because I was watching a YouTube video. I was watching this YouTube video, and this guy, he was a good-looking young man.
Thom is proof anyone can host a live show.
Yeah, who said that? Damn, Scott. Anyway, he is making $30,000 a week off of damn OnlyFans. No, Scott, you can't get started an OnlyFans page. Hey, I said if I was young and cute, I didn't mean now when I'm old and fat. I mean, really, let's get real here. I realize that, only there's a certain group that likes all of this goodness. That's all I got to say about it. Yeah, right. Anyway, so y'all think about it. Somebody wants to do a show next Thursday, so Todd don't have to do them all. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. But these old ladies that want somebody to talk sweet to them, I guess. I don't know. Anything. Way. Y'all have a great day. Look for Todd tomorrow. Yeah, Beard, you know what, dude? Go back to sleep. Anyway, we'll see you later. Look for Todd tomorrow. Bye-bye.